All right, so you want to take your antique store online,
Yeah.
and you want to build a website that actually gets customers,
Mm-hmm.
not just one that looks pretty.
Right, exactly.
You want to boost sales, right?
That's the goal.
That's the dream for any antique store owner these days.
Absolutely. A good website can be a total game changer for antique businesses.
Okay, so it
So,
starts, how do we do that?
It's no longer enough to just have a physical store.
Yeah.
You really need a strong online presence to reach more people.
So to figure out how we make this happen,
Yeah.
we found this article called Essential Features for Successful Antique Store Websites to Boost Sales.
Okay.
And it's from this web design company called Site Design NowW, based in Australia.
Oh, cool.
They seem to know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Let's dive into their strategies.
Yeah, you know what's interesting to me is this big shift we're seeing with even traditional businesses like antique stores towards embracing the digital world.
Yeah.
It's not just a trend. It's really like a fundamental change. Mm-hmm.
In how people are shopping and finding new things.
You know, I've always loved just wandering through an antique shop.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
It is fun.
You just kind of like discover things.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, I found some amazing pieces online too.
Oh, for sure.
It makes you realize like you can reach people you'd never connect with otherwise.
Yeah, you're totally right.
If you're just stuck in your little town.
Exactly. And for those people who are maybe a little hesitant to buy antiques online, a really well-made website can actually build even more trust than a regular store.
Interesting.
Yeah. Think about like high-quality photography that really shows off all the little details, the patina, like the unique character of every piece.
So when you say high-quality photography, is it just like having a good camera, or are there special techniques that work well for antiques?
It's definitely more than just pointing and shooting.
Okay.
You have to consider the lighting, the angles, the composition. For example, using soft diffused lighting.
That can highlight the texture and the age of a piece without making those harsh shadows.
I see. So like those little imperfections that make antiques unique.
Yeah.
Do you try to like hide those, or do you like lean into them?
That's where the art comes in.
Okay.
You really want to showcase those imperfections in a way that highlights how beautiful and authentic they are. Like a little scratch or a chip can actually tell a story.
Yeah.
It can add character.
Right.
So it's about finding that balance between showing the piece in its best light, but also being honest about its condition.
Have you seen websites that use like 360-degree photos for antiques?
Yes.
Do you think that's effective?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It lets potential buyers actually interact with the piece, examine it from all angles, and get a real sense of its size and presence.
You can kind of see how big it is, if it's going to fit in your house.
It's as close as you can get to seeing it in person.
Okay, so you've got these gorgeous photos, but we need to give the right info too.
Yes.
I'm thinking like detailed descriptions that go beyond the basics.
You're totally right. The description is where you can really weave in the story of the antique.
Okay.
Its history, you know, where it came from.
Right.
And for serious collectors, giving them detailed information about the make, the materials, the condition is really crucial.
Now, I could see someone arguing that for a serious collector, those details about the condition are more important than some kind of backstory.
Yeah.
How do you balance that?
You're right. You have to strike a balance.
Yeah.
The key is appealing to both the heart and the mind.
Okay.
Give them the facts so they can make an informed decision.
Yeah.
But also create a narrative that brings the piece to life.
Okay.
That connects with them on an emotional level.
You're like a detective and a poet at the same time.
A little bit.
You need that eye for detail, but also the ability to like evoke emotions.
Yeah.
Create a sense of wonder. Okay, so we've got these beautiful antiques.
Yeah.
They're photographed. They've got these great descriptions.
Yes.
Now people need a way to buy them.
You need a really seamless online store.
Yeah.
Integrated into your website.
Like a shopping cart.
Exactly. Think buy now buttons, secure checkout.
Yeah.
Multiple payment options.
Okay.
You want to make it as easy as possible for them.
Are there any e-commerce platforms that you recommend over others?
Yeah.
Specifically for antiques?
There are some that stand out.
Okay.
Some of them have special features for antique sellers.
Okay.
Like you can create collections. You can really highlight vintage or antique categories.
Right.
Some even have built-in appraisal tools.
Oh, wow.
So you really need to look around and compare.
Okay.
See what fits your needs and your budget.
All right, so people are browsing your site. They're ready to buy. How do you build their confidence?
Testimonials.
Okay.
Testimonials are like gold.
Yeah.
They give you social proof.
Right.
They reassure people that other buyers have had a good experience.
Yeah.
It's like when you're trying a new restaurant,
Yeah.
you always check the reviews first.
Right, exactly.
It gives you that little bit of trust.
So for antiques, testimonials can also kind of tell a story.
Yeah.
I can imagine someone saying this antique became a family heirloom,
Yeah.
or it started my passion for collecting.
Right.
It adds this whole other layer.
Absolutely. Those personal stories add authenticity and warmth. It shows you're not just selling things.
Right.
You're connecting people with pieces of history, memories, emotions.
It's a community.
It is.
So let's move on to the antique care blog.
Okay.
This is where things get interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
I love this idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a blog can be a really great way to position yourself as an expert and build trust with potential customers.
Right, like giving them something extra.
Exactly. Think of it as adding value.
Yeah.
Going the extra mile.
Okay, so what kind of stuff would you put on this antique care blog? I'm thinking like cleaning tips.
Yeah.
How to identify valuable pieces.
Exactly. Those are great examples.
Okay.
You could have posts about how to properly clean and polish different materials, how to protect them from damage, even how to spot signs of restoration or repair.
You know, I've always wondered how to tell if something's a real antique
Yeah.
or a really good fake, like a reproduction.
That's a popular topic.
Right.
People are always searching for that online. You could explain all the little signs, the details that give it away.
Okay.
It's about making your customers more informed buyers.
Right, so they don't get ripped off.
Exactly.
So it's like a virtual apprenticeship
Kind of.
for antique enthusiasts.
Yeah.
But beyond the practical stuff, I'm also imagining like stories
Yeah.
about different periods and styles.
You're right on track.
Okay.
Imagine a blog post about the history of Art Deco furniture.
Right.
You talk about its origins, the designers, the characteristics.
Right. So instead of just saying, here's a Victorian brooch,
Exactly.
you're saying, here's this brooch, and this is what it means. This is the era, this is the story.
It adds a whole new dimension.
Yeah, it's like you're not just selling a thing.
Right.
You're selling the whole world around it.
It's about weaving those narratives that bring the world of antiques to life.
And by sharing all this knowledge,
Yeah.
you're not just selling antiques.
Right.
You're fostering an appreciation.
Exactly.
The history.
The craftsmanship, the artistry behind it.
It's like inviting people into a secret club, sharing all these insider secrets.
Yeah.
But this blogging strategy also helps with SEO, right?
Got it.
Okay.
When you create good content with the right keywords, search engines see your website as a valuable resource.
So if someone searches how to care for vintage silver,
Exactly.
your blog pops up.
And it's a win-win.
Yeah.
You're sharing your knowledge, helping customers.
And getting more traffic?
Exactly. It's strategic.
Okay. So you become the authority on antiques online.
And when people trust you as a source of knowledge, they're more likely to trust you as a seller too.
Right. It's all about that credibility.
Yes.
Before we get too carried away,
Okay.
I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier. Incorporating local history and events into the website.
Yes.
Tell me more about that.
It's about taking that storytelling to the next level. Think about where your store is located.
Okay.
Is it in a historical area?
Okay.
Are there events or landmarks that relate to the antiques you sell?
So you're weaving your story into the story of the community.
Exactly.
I like it.
Let's say your store is in a town with a maritime history.
Okay.
You could feature antiques related to seafaring shipbuilding.
Right.
Even stories about local fishermen.
You could have blog posts about the harbor, shipwrecks,
Exactly.
fishing techniques.
No, you're getting it. It adds another layer of interest and authenticity.
It's like each antique is a portal to the past. And you're the guide,
Right.
showing people the connections.
And for tourists,
Yeah.
this is huge.
Okay.
They're looking for unique souvenirs.
Right.
You're not just selling them a thing.
Yeah.
You're offering a piece of local history.
It's like those antique shops.
Yeah.
That specialize in items from one region or era.
Exactly.
And museum.
You're creating that same feeling,
Right.
but online.
You could even have interactive maps.
Yes.
On your website.
Highlighting historical sites.
Okay.
And then link those sites to antiques in your inventory.
That's so cool.
Right.
What if you had a section where people could share their own stories about local history?
Those user-generated stories
Yeah.
are so powerful.
It's like crowdsourcing the history.
Right.
Okay. But let's bring it back
Okay.
to the practical side of running an online antique store.
Yeah.
I've always been fascinated by how technology can enhance the shopping experience.
You're thinking about augmented reality.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Imagine seeing how an antique would look.
Right.
In your own house.
In your living room.
Using your phone.
It's like bringing the antique shop to you. It's a game changer.
It solves the problem of not seeing it in person.
Exactly.
I could see holding up my phone and seeing an antique table.
Yeah.
Like superimposed over my own furniture.
It would make it so much easier to decide.
Yeah. And AR can also give you extra information.
Absolutely.
Imagine tapping on the image.
Yeah.
And seeing the history.
The maker.
Wow.
It's like a virtual tour guide.
That's amazing.
It bridges the gap between the physical and digital.
What about artificial intelligence?
Oh, yeah.
Like a chatbot that answers customer questions.
It could give personalized recommendations, help with the purchase.
That's like a 24/7 antique expert.
Exactly.
This is all so cool. I feel like we're just scratching the surface.
There's so much more.
Yeah.
Be creative. Think outside the box.
Yeah.
Use the tools that are out there.
So create an amazing experience.
Yes.
For your customers.
But don't forget the most important thing.
What's that?
Your passion.
Okay.
Your love for antiques.
Right.
That's what matters most.
That's what will shine through.
In everything you do.
I think we've covered a lot.
We have.
From website design to storytelling to technology.
Yeah.
What are your final thoughts for our listener?
Okay.
What should they keep in mind?
All right. So you're ready to create your online antique store.
Yeah.
What are the key takeaways?
Okay. Well, first off, you really got to showcase your inventory in the best possible light.
Okay.
Invest in some high quality photography.
Yeah.
Capture the beauty, the details, the unique character of each piece.
Right. Like creating a little virtual museum exhibit for each antique.
Just present it with care, context, and a touch of magic. And we talk a lot about storytelling.
Yes. Storytelling is key.
You're not just selling objects.
Right.
You're selling experiences.
Yeah.
Memories, connections to the past.
Use your website to tell those stories.
Yeah.
Transport your visitors to another time and place.
Okay, so we've got the beautiful photos. We got the great stories.
Yeah.
What about the practical stuff?
Right. You got to make sure your online store is easy to use.
Okay.
Seamlessly integrated into your website.
Yeah.
Smooth, secure checkout process.
Right. So people feel confident buying.
Exactly. Build that trust.
Okay.
Use those customer testimonials.
Yeah.
Show off the positive experiences.
And what about incorporating local history?
Oh, yeah. That's a great way to stand out. We weave together the stories of the antiques, the store, and the community.
Like a tapestry of history and connection.
Exactly.
And technology is always changing.
Yeah.
What about things like augmented reality?
Explore those possibilities.
Yeah.
Let people try out antiques virtually in their own homes.
Right? Or AI-powered chatbots.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
For customer support.
Provide recommendations.
Okay, so stay ahead of the curve.
Be innovative.
Create an immersive online experience.
It takes time, effort, and passion.
Yeah.
But if you have the right approach, the right tools, and you focus on the customer, you can build a thriving business.
This has been an amazing conversation.
I've enjoyed it.
Thank you for sharing your expertise.
My pleasure.
So to our listener,
Yeah?
who's ready to create their own online antique store,
Go for it.
remember, it's a journey.
Not a destination.
Enjoy the process.
Embrace the challenges.
Never stop learning.
And have fun.
The world of antiques is full of wonder and discovery.
Share your passion with the world.
That's great advice.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been fun.
We'll see you next time.